So we're going to be introducing Unit 1 in a little bit more detail for our online Transformative Oncology course, and that's understanding the challenges of tumour biology. So I'm going to hand over to you, Suze, to talk about that in a bit more detail.
Thanks, Hazel. Hi, everybody. So now we're going to explore a little bit more about the first unit. So this is all about understanding the challenges of tumour biology. The overall aim of this unit is to gain an appreciation of the tumour diversity and how this might impact on detection and treatment. It's aimed to really build on the background knowledge of basic tumour biology. So it's not going right back to the beginning of Tumour Biology 101, but really building on and learning more about what we know now, the techniques that we use to explore tumour biology now, and extend and update your understanding of how that underlying biology can impact on the detection strategies and also any treatment success. And also we'll be providing an appreciation of tumour diversity and intra-tumour heterogeneity. It's really about exploring the concept of heterogeneity within the individual tumours, so including their cellular composition and how this might affect tumour growth and detection. And it's also about differentiating between different tumour types and exploring how these present different challenges within the clinical settings. And you'll learn all about the new and current treatment strategies, methods and approaches used to inform key decision making. So the unit is structured with 3 5-credit elements, which are delivered over 8 weeks. These 3 credit elements are complexities in tumour heterogeneity, challenges of toxicity, and then we'll look at rarer and non-palpable tumours. So in terms of the complexity of tumour heterogeneity, we will deliver critical insights into diverse tumour types and exploring how tissue, stage, cell of origin can all affect both the treatment and the detection. We'll talk about cellular composition and also the important role of the microenvironment in tumour progression. In the challenges of toxicity, we'll start to appreciate the impact and the effect of toxicity resulting from the different therapeutic strategies and combinations, so surgical, medical and clinical oncology. And we'll understand the potential off-target effects and learn ways to minimise normal cell damage. We'll also start to consider the importance of supporting patient decision-making regarding treatment choices. And in the third part, we'll really start to look at rarer cancers and how non-palpable tumours present their own problems. We'll consider the differences in the biological understanding and diagnosis of rarer tumours. We'll start to understand the greater challenges associated with non-palpable tumours and the current methodologies that are used for screening. And we'll start to learn about developing screening and detection strategies to combat cancers which are less easy to detect. So each of these is delivered over 2 weeks with opportunities to interact with peers and academic staff, including myself and other world experts in cancer, using online discussion boards. And the unit will end with 2 weeks, which is allocated for assessments, and we'll talk a little bit more about the assessments at the end. So if we start to consider what the learning objectives might be for Unit 1, so when we talk about knowledge and understanding, by the end of this unit, you will be able to describe the different tumour types and start to discuss intratumoral cellularity. You'll be able to explain the relationship between the cells within the tumour microenvironment and how they interact. You'll be able to demonstrate a mechanistic understanding of cytotoxicity and why this needs to be taken into account with cancer care, and also start to identify biomarker sources and methods of analysis. In terms of your intellectual skills, you'll be able to evaluate the importance of understanding that tumour heterogeneity, critically appraise the challenges that are presented by the different tumour types, and really reflect on the key issues of the tumour and host toxicity. And importantly, understand the limitations of the current techniques that are used for screening, including biomarkers, and start to think about ways that we could improve those strategies. In terms of practical skills, you'll be able to plan and execute guided and independent research. You'll be able to constructively debate current clinical approaches to different tumour types. You'll develop the skills to retrieve relevant supplementary information from a variety of sources, including the library or electronic and online. And also through practice, you'll be able to report your findings in a concise and structured manner. And you'll be receiving feedback throughout the unit on these. In terms of transferable skills and also personal qualities, you'll be able to present your findings in a clear and concise way using appropriate media. And also constructively deliver feedback for peers. And these skills are really important when you're working within a multidisciplinary team. You'll also be able to demonstrate independent thinking and evidence integration to formulate your hypotheses, and essentially manage your time and show evidence of scheduling tasks in order of importance. So again, all these skills and the way that we record everything will provide you with the evidence that you can take forward for future learning or future job applications. So we're going to talk a little bit about the assessment. So there's three main ways that you'll be assessed on the programme. Firstly, there are multiple choice questions. So this is denoted by MCQ on the slide there in green. These take place in week 8. They are fully online and fully automated. And really, these are about checking the breadth of knowledge and comprehension for all of the stuff that you've covered within the unit. The second is reflective practice. And this is broken up into the 2-week elements that I described before. And it's really about encouraging reflective practice. So by doing so, by contributing to discussion boards, we'll be able to facilitate peer-to-peer learning and interaction. You'll be encouraged to read something and then summarise it and then add it to a discussion board. And also to start to build a portfolio to evidence the skills that you're learning. And for this, we'll be using a platform called PebblePad, which is a way of building this reflective portfolio, which will go with you then as you go through to your future career options. And this really is a way also of promoting the lifelong learning beyond the programme. And finally, there is a comprehension. So this is all about drawing on all of the learning from the unit and demonstrating your ability to apply that knowledge to a particular case study or a particular subject area. And by way of ensuring inclusive practice, we will invite you to submit your assignments either as a written document or as an oral presentation or even an audio presentation such as a podcast. So there's lots of different options for you to submit that particular assignment. Thanks, Hazel.
That's no problem, Suze. Thanks for giving that really detailed overview of Unit 1 as well. So if you have any further questions about any of the information that you've seen here, then you can get in touch with me using the contact details on screen by emailing studyonline@manchester.ac.uk, and I'll be able to discuss with you the course in a bit more detail, or also help you guide you through the application process, or discuss your eligibility for studying this course as well. So as I say, my email address is on screen, studyonline@manchester.ac.uk, and you can also use the phone number on screen as well.